Hi, it's Hans, W1JSB, from one of my favorite locations, the woods of New Hampshire. Setting up radio here, just getting the antenna constructed. Winter Field Day 2022. So I'll just set up a little area here in the snow, getting my gear all oriented. I'll check back in a moment. Alright, I have the antenna set up. This is a Wolf River Coils center loaded take it along version, although you might notice that I don't have it as a center loaded configuration. I went with the base. I found that it works just as well, and it's actually kind of windy out today, so I figured for stability I'll use it this way. I unfolded my tinfoil hat and have that set up under the legs, so that's connected to the ground as a counterpoise. That will help launch the signal. And at the base here you'll see LDG 1-to-1 Unen. That will keep the RF off of the coax, so the energy will be going where it needs to go, the antenna. And then this coil here that is adjustable with the PVC kind of taps the coil so you can adjust it for the frequency where you're operating. And then hopefully with all this foil should help get all those 5 watts out into the ionosphere as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up to my Nano VNA. I'll show you what the reading looks like and make some fine adjustments before we get the radio going. So here's the sweep with the Nano VNA from 3.5 megahertz to 29.7. You can see there are a few points where it is going to work best, and it should be in the 20 meter band. Let me pause this. I'll narrow it down to the 14 megahertz band. Alright, we're resonant here at 14.175. So I'm going to be doing mostly CW, so I want it to be a little bit lower than that. I'm going to make some little adjustments on the coil to extend the electrically resonant portion of the aerial, and I'll check back, and we'll be aiming for around 14.04 megahertz or so. It took a couple minutes moving the tap up and down to find the right setting here, but I've got it pretty well in the CW portion, so we should be good to go. By the way, it's about 15 degrees here in New Hampshire. There's just a little view of the scenery set up by the river. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to operate, and I decided I wanted to be by a river. And it is a beautiful sunny day. It's just very cold after the snowstorm yesterday. Here's my radio. It's an Elecraft KX2 in stock form here with the KX CW paddles on the front. Internal lithium-ion battery, auto tuner. Of course, that won't be doing much since I have the antenna tuned up so well as it is. And 14.32 megahertz. Let's go down to 2.5 thereabouts and work our way up. So obviously there are some signals on the band. You could hear those as I was tuning down. I'll hit the auto tune and watch how quickly this matches. Hardly had to do anything. That's nice. Alright, power. Go to 5 watts. Oh, the key is sticking. That's annoying. Alright, I'm gonna have to mess with that. So I didn't bring any hex wrench to make adjustments to this key, and one side was sticking. I kind of pressed it with some force, and I think it's okay now. I hope so. So the exchange here for the winter field day is the number of stations. I'm just a single station, so 1. O for outside, and then the section or the state, New Hampshire. Let's tune up. So this station's in Texas. WA, I didn't catch the number. Let's get the decode going so you can see what they're saying and I don't have to translate it. North Carolina. First one. Texas. WA8 ZBT. Let's write down the frequency here. 14025. Another thing, when you operate outside like this and you're using a paper log, it's always a good idea to bring a pencil, not a pen, because the ink freezes, and I'm discovering that to be quite true at the moment. Alright, 14025. We got the video log so I can see the time stamp later. Alright, he's not going to hear me very well. His signal's not very strong here. This person should hear me. Oh, there's my key sticking. I'm not going to bother trying. W9XS. Illinois. But he didn't hear me. He's working another station. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a minute. It's not hearing me. North Carolina. One home, North Carolina. 030. Another Texas station here. Not very strong though. Let's look for a stronger one, because they probably won't hear me. If they're not strong to me, then they're likely to not hear me either.